Hold up.
Every day I wake up, wake your ass up.
The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
Well, good morning, everybody. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Quick sports. Mike Tomlin steps down as head coach of the Steelers after 19 seasons.
Legend. Salute to Mike Tomlin,
legend.
man.
I wonder if he's going to pack it up and retire or if he's going to another team.
I have no idea.
I wonder. What's up, Mimi?
Mimi Brown.
Good morning. Good morning, MV Charlamagne. How y'all doing this morning?
Good.
Blessed, black, and highly favored.
All right. Well, we begin this morning with breaking developments still out of Minnesota, where multiple crises are now colliding and where tensions with the Trump administration continues to escalate. Now, at the center of all of this, of course, the death of Renee Good, a Minneapolis resident shot and killed during an ICE operation, and the fallout that's followed. Now, this morning, we're learning that turmoil has now reached the Justice Department itself. According to the New York Times, the top federal prosecutor overseeing Minnesota's fraud investigation has resigned, along with 5 other career prosecutors. Now, the lead prosecutor, his name is Joseph Thompson. He had spent more than a decade in the U.S. Attorney's Office. Now, these resignations reportedly came after pressure from the DOJ to investigate Renee Good's widow, while prosecutors say there was little interest in fully investigating the ICE officer involved in the shooting. A former Minnesota Justice Department official is calling this new development disgusting. Let's listen to what he had to say.
I will tell you, that is disgusting. To focus an investigation on the widow of somebody who was shot by a federal agent, the investigation of Miss Good's killing requires really good investigators working together with other really good investigators. And it's pretty clear to me that that is going to be extremely difficult to accomplish with this many people gone and without the state being involved.
You know, it's interesting, maybe when they say investigate a crime that we all saw on video, like I wonder what that investigation consists of.
Yeah. I mean, you know, when there's a crime, any crime, right, we still have to investigate it. But what we're hearing is the Trump administration thinks that they can bypass that whole investigative process. You know, so no, however you feel either way, there still needs to be some level of, you know, looking into the facts.
Absolutely.
But again, all of this unfolding as Minnesota remains a hotbed for the Trump administration's immigration agenda. Now, DHS, they are now, the Department of Homeland Security, they are now moving to end temporary protected status. That's TPS for all Somali immigrants. That's a decision that could affect thousands of families, many of them in Minnesota, which is home to one of the largest Somali communities in the country. Now, TPS allows people to live and work legally in the U.S. when their home country is too dangerous to return to. Now, under this move, Somali immigrants would lose their legal status and work permits by March 17th. The administration is urging them to leave voluntarily or face arrest and deportation. Now, at the same time, President Trump, he is threatening immediate financial consequences. He says as of February 1st, Minnesota and other so-called sanctuary cities could see federal funding cut off. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Additionally, starting February 1st, we're not making any payments to sanctuary cities or states having sanctuary cities because they do everything possible to protect criminals at the expense of American citizens, and it breeds fraud and crime and all of the other problems that come. So we're not making any payment to anybody that supports sanctuary cities.
You can't say that's not political if all the states are blue. And if he's saying he's doing that because of fraud concerns, then how come he's not doing that in Mississippi?
Exactly. And the administration says, though, this is only the beginning. Vice President J.D. Vance, he says immigration enforcement will soon start going door to door and confirming plans that there will be expansion of these raids. Let's quickly listen to what he had to say about that.
I think we're going to see those deportation numbers ramp up as we get more and more people online, working for ICE, going door to door and making sure that if you're an illegal alien, you've got to get out of this country. And if you want to come back, apply through the proper channel.
To my knowledge, and maybe I'm wrong, but I thought they couldn't go in your house. Is that wrong? Is that right?
That is not wrong. They need a warrant. They need some sort of, legal paperwork to enter your residence. And that's what's happening a lot in Minnesota right now. They're being reminded of their rights a lot because you've seen the video, right? The on social media, people are having their doors busted in, their windows broken in their cars. It's a lot of illegal activity going on with these ICE arrests.
That's what the Nazis used to do in Germany. They used to go, door to door and do house to house Searches, by the way.
Right.
But I wonder what's legal with that, right? Because if I'm a homeowner and I have a legal license and somebody breaks in my door without a warrant, what line is that? Now, how do you draw that line?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Unprecedented
it's so
times.
blurred. It's so blurred right now. Minnesota officials say the state is being punished for pushing back and warn that random traffic stops, racial profiling, and the arrest of U.S. citizens, they are only getting worse. So we will continue to watch what that looks like, guys.
All
so
right.
much happening.
There has to be oil in Minnesota. I mean, none of this makes any sense. I mean, does Trump dislike the Somalians that much? Is he trying to distract from Epstein files that much? Like, none of this makes any sense.
I don't know. All right. Well, thank you, Mimi. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Start off with some quick sports. NFL, Mike Tomlin. He steps down as the head coach of the Steelers after 19 seasons. Wow. So I wonder if he's going to retire or if he's going to pick another team. But congratulations to that brother.
Absolutely. Salute to Mike Tomlin, man. Fantastic coach. One of the most consistent coaches ever in the history of the NFL. I don't think the Steelers, under his tenure, ever had a losing season.
No, they haven't.
They always made it to the playoffs.
That's right. What's up, Mimi?
Good morning, Envy, Jess, Charlamagne. How y'all doing?
Morning.
Good morning. So we start this hour with new developments in the House investigation into the Jeffrey Epstein files, where the fight is now escalating on Capitol Hill. Bill and Hillary Clinton, they are refusing to testify before the House Oversight Committee, despite Republicans warning they could be held in contempt of Congress. Now, the GOP-led committee subpoenaed both Clintons for closed-door interviews as part of Epstein's probe. Bill Clinton, he was scheduled to testify yesterday, but did not appear. Let's listen to the House Oversight Chair Committee and see what they had to say.
This subpoena was voted on in a bipartisan manner by this committee. This wasn't something that I just issued as chairman of the committee. This was voted on by the entire committee in a unanimous vote of the House Oversight Committee to subpoena former President Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Now, Hillary Clinton's supposed to show up tomorrow. We'll see what happens there. But with respect to the former president, he did not show up today. I think it's very disappointing. As a result of Bill Clinton not showing up for his lawful subpoena, we will move next week in the House Oversight Committee markup to hold former President Clinton in contempt of Congress.
But isn't there a clear double standard, though? Because, I mean, over the last few years, we've seen President Trump and other Republicans reject congressional subpoenas. So what's the difference now?
Yeah, what is the difference now? Maybe because this one is GOP-led, and so they're trying to prove a point. Yeah. So Hillary Clinton is scheduled to testify today. Her legal team has made it clear, though, that she does not plan to show up. And the Clintons, they argue that the subpoenas, they are invalid and politically motivated, saying they've already provided what little information they have in writing and are being unfairly singled out.
I know Hillary tired of defending Bill Clinton's penis. I mean, that penis has gotten him in so much trouble over the years. I mean, my God.
Damn. Ain't she gay now?
What?
All right, man. Mimi, what's the next story?
No, I'm just asking because I wanted to know. It's the suits. I thought
I don't think
that's why I heard that she was.
That was crazy.
All right, my bad. Sorry, Hillary. I didn't know. I thought that.
All right. Well, this segue is similar, right? We're all familiar with the sex offender registry. Well, now Tennessee is taking that idea one step further. As of January 1, Tennessee became the first state in the nation to launch a public registry for repeat domestic violence offenders. It's a new tool supporters say could help prevent future violence. So this registry was created, it's called Savannah's Law. It's named after Savannah Puckett, a 22-year-old sheriff's deputy who was murdered by her ex-boyfriend in 2022. Now, after her death, investigators learned that her boyfriend had a history of domestic violence and stalking, information that wasn't accessible before it was clearly too late. Now, under this new law, people convicted of domestic violence at least twice are now listed in a public database run by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. The registry will include the offender's name, their photo, their date of birth, and their county of conviction. It will not include their home address, social security number, or their driver's license information. And depending on the number of convictions, offenders can remain on that registry for 2 to 20 years. Now, lawmakers say the goal is to make information easier so people don't have to dig into court records across counties to protect themselves. Right now, Tennessee is the only state doing that. Other states have tried. But backers of this law said this could become a model for the nation, especially as more states grapple with domestic violence and public safety crisis, as this is a public issue and not a private issue.
I love that. I don't know why they waiting until twice though. He should have to go on there after the first offense. Like why at least twice?
That's a good question. I mean, I guess they want to make sure that this person is a repeat offender before they add their name to this registry. A lot of people are saying that this is though towing the line between privacy and just someone can look you up versus you actually being on that registry and something being an accident. So I guess they're saying if you do it twice, then maybe you are a domestic violence offender. Yeah, you have a history of it. So we'll see.
Well, anything to keep people safe. I mean,
right.
Yeah.
I would think that you would actually want to walk away from a relationship if you saw someone's name on that list.
Absolutely.
So, that's a good thing. And here's another new law that just took effect on January 1. This one right here in California. And it could put real money back in people's pockets. So if you've ever ordered food through Uber Eats or DoorDash or something and it was missing the wrong order, it never showed up, you probably got like a food credit instead of your money back. Well,
Yes.
that has now changed. Yep. Under this new law, delivery apps must issue a full refund. So the food, the fees, the taxes, and the tip will come back to your original payment method.
oh, thank you so much. Because, girl, they be trying it.
They definitely try it. And so here's another good thing for drivers and for workers. So that refunded tip does not come out of the driver's pocket. The app will have to eat that cost. And the law, they also provide extra protection for drivers. So they also they will also show exactly how workers will get paid. So you'll get to know what your pay bonus is, your tips. There'll be no more guessing. So I guess if you look in the app, sometimes you don't know how much this job is going to cost you, so you don't know if you should take it or not. So now has to be a clear rule that you get to see how much this job is going to pay before you press, yes, I will take it. So some clear restrictions for the app and some clear good new regulations for us, the consumers.
That's only in California, though, right?
That right now is only in California.
Okay.
Yes, MV. Yep. And before we go, there's another new lawsuit over, I don't know if anybody's ever asked this question, but why sodas cost more at some stores than others. So Pepsi and Walmart, they are facing a new federal lawsuit that claims the two companies, they work together, to quietly cost shoppers more money, especially for people who don't shop at Walmart. So the lawsuit alleges that Pepsi gave Walmart lower wholesale prices and special deals that other retailers didn't get. So that allowed Walmart to keep Pepsi products lower and on its shelves, while shoppers who drank the same thing at different grocery stores and corner stores, they would pay more. So according to the complaint, this pricing setup has been in place since 2015. Both companies are denying any wrongdoing. Walmart says it negotiates with everyone and to keep its prices lower for customers, and Pepsi says it follows the law and treats everyone fairly. But this case is now seeking a class action status. It's still early, but that means anyone who bought Pepsi products at stores other than Walmart going back all the way to 2015 could be entitled to compensation if the lawsuit, succeeds.
Oh, listen, I'm about to get big paid, baby.
You ever see those class action lawsuits? They'll be like $1.
Yeah, you gonna get $1.25.
Like $5, $4.
Especially with so many people involved, right? But it's going all the way back to 2015. So how many years ago? That's like 11 years.
Yeah.
I don't know what,
Well, I'm going to get $11.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask, Mimi. How do you prove that? How do you prove this?
They haven't said exactly yet how you prove it, because who has a receipt from 2015 from going to the grocery store to buy Pepsi?
I know somebody that can make one. Telling you.
Or if you pay with your credit card, I'm sure your credit card could actually pull them up for years.
Okay.
Absolutely. So we will continue to watch that. Again, you may be entitled to compensation, so we're always trying to help find extra money somewhere.
Good. Let me get creative so I can get paid.
Hilarious. All right, y'all. Well, that is your front page news. I'm Mimi Brown. Follow me at Mimi Brown TV for more stories. Follow the Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app or visit BINnews.com.
Thank you, Mimi.
Thank you, Mimi.
Thank you, girl.
Thank you.
Hold up. Every day I wake up, wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?